There we go. And music. Smurfs. When did I grab this Smurf? A weird one. My headphones are all tangled up. There we go. This is the Smurfs. A pretty good song. I've played most of the games that I have on my playlist. There are a couple that I grabbed just because they were in a best of playlist and I thought they were good. My headphones are wigging out. Alright, I think everything's good. Ooh. I got a lot to talk about. First, I've been dealing with Game Maker support. They finally got back to me on this whole ticket where every time I run the game and I change a sprite on an object, it like recompiles the textures every time. It took so long to get back to me that the version updated like from point 8 to point, from point 8 to point 11, and the guy was like, "Oh, I can see your Game Maker Studio is out of date. You should update and try it again." I was like, "No shit, it was up to date when I sent the ticket in." That's a funny new one. Now they'll wait until they update it again and they'll say, "Well, we can see it's still out of date. You need to update again." See if that fixes it. It's just gonna be what's gonna happen. I don't know. Kind of funny. And then they gave me this link to my ticket on the request, and they wanted me to add basically all the attachments that I did before. They want me to redo it, which is a lot of work actually. It took me like 30 minutes to get all this crap that they want me to send them. And then when I click on the link to my ticket, it goes to their main help page. And then this, let me hide this. Yeah, so this is their main help page right here. So this is where the link takes me. So I'm like, okay, well, this isn't my ticket. Let's sign in. You click on that and nothing happens. It's like the sign in button doesn't fucking work. So how the hell am I supposed to get my ticket? It's so stupid. It's like, I don't know. I hate technical support or any sort of support. All supports fucking suck. Feels like it. I don't know. Oh, another thing. I was checking out Twitch recap. So here's my recap. 2022. Nice. 69. Woo. I've watched 447 hours. I don't know if this is how much people have watched me or how much I've watched other people. I think this is how much people have watched me, which is nuts, if that's true. One clip was created by somebody on accident, I think. And my highest Twitch chat viewers was 46, which is pretty good for me. Went live 69 times, up to 46. Had 2 new subscribers, 23 followers. I made 45,000 channel points, or I handed out. And then we've had 1K chat messages. Top emotes, lol. It's a good one. EB. I don't even know what this one is. My top categories. Honestly, these are the only categories I streamed this year. Played a little Zomboid and a little StarCraft when I was feeling burnt out. Mostly just art and software and development. And look, you love software and game development so much, you're in the top 1% of all the streamers. I don't know what that means. That's probably really sad, right? God, I'm streaming at like 1 or 2 viewers a stream, and I'm in the top 1%. Software and game development is really thumping right now. Well, that's fun. Just a neat little Twitch recap thing to look at. I'm curious what my viewer stuff is. I'd like to look at that, but that might be private. Okay. Other than that, what else has happened? I woke up today, got ready for work, and my battery is dead in my car. I don't know what happened there because I didn't leave any lights on or anything. It was just barely alive, enough to where it'll crank, but not enough to start it. So I had to recharge it. Luckily, I was able to get to work with it, and it still lasted long enough for me to finish work so I could get a new battery. The new battery cost, in that little truck of mine, a new battery is like $175 or something. It's fucking ridiculous. So there goes all my Christmas money. I'm broke again. Seems like every month I got something that I have to pay for. And then I got the like $50 tax on the truck as well that I just paid. So I don't know. I'm broke. I'm pissed off, and it was a bad day today, which sucks. All right, since the last stream, which I think was like a week ago, I've been working on cutscenes. I finished all the cutscenes. I took like 2 days off. I was playing a game called Zompiercer, which was one I looked at a while back. And I thought it might be fun to actually try it out. It's still in early access, and that was like 2 years ago when I looked at it. So I just said to hell with it. I wanted to give it a shot. But honestly, it hasn't changed that much since it left early, or since the last time I saw it. It's got regular updates, but it's updating real slow. It's like one of my games. You know, I can't be mad about that, but it looks like the guy is going to redo all of his artwork. It's actually a really good game, though. Outside of it looking really weird, I can see why he wants to redo the artwork, because everything looks like it was, you know, Unity assets or like mobile game stuff. But it's actually a pretty good game. Like, the fundamentals are really good. Like, the gameplay design is really good. So I think it'll get better. Well, the inspector's empty here. Haven't clicked on anything. Anyway, yeah, let's look at all these cutscenes. I guess that's how I'll start my stream. We're just going to go through every cutscene. So this is going to be like massive spoilers for the game, but if you've watched my streams up till now, you've seen all this stuff already. So if you don't want to be spoiled for everything that happens in the game, then don't watch the next like 30 minutes or so. Because we're going to go over all the story stuff. As soon as I can remember what I'm supposed to open. Why are none of my sprites showing up? Do I have to click on every one? Like, this is so weird. Gimmicker Studio. I don't know what's up. Since they I think they sold it to China. Which sounds like, I don't know. It doesn't sound great, but ever since they did that, I just feel like it's getting worse and worse. It's like it's getting no maintenance. Or everything they're doing to it is dumb. Okay. So the first thing we can do is I've activated one of these, the depth finder. I turned it on so that we can see an area get revealed. I think I'll do that one when we get to it. But at the bottom here, I have all the cutscenes here that we can just go directly into and look at. So I'm gonna do that. But I gotta load the game first. I'm not gonna turn one of these on. We're gonna look at the intro first. I'm pretty tired tonight. I'm thinking after we look at all these cutscenes, I'm gonna do progression. Basically, it'll be pretty simple. Just adding all these cutscenes to where they go and working out all the different global variables. I should be able to get most of it figured out to where you can actually, like, right now it's all kind of like disjointed. So yeah, I want to just like put it all in order so that you can actually play through the game correctly. I figure we'll do that. It should be pretty simple, and then probably be all I'm going to do on this stream because I'm feeling pretty tired. And I figured that would be pretty easy to do. It's just like the sequence order. Yeah, I'm going to show this. Yeah, it's these are the things I've done. I did cutscenes, and then I've done area discovery, which I'll show. Also added score to the getting an area. And then I want to do implement progression, the sequence order, all the different global stuff. Add all these cutscenes in where they actually go so that they play when they do. And yeah, just apply the correct globals. And then I'm going to figure out like mini bosses and mini games for the rest of my week, basically. It's getting pretty messy. I've been adding so much stuff to this. It's just constantly growing. Started off like this to-do was just like a little list about that size, and now it's like all this stuff that I keep putting in. But when we're done with the mini games and the mini bosses, I can finally make my GIFs and create the Steam page. And then I'm going to do like some pacing, balancing, quality testing, stress testing kind of thing. It's kind of like looking over everything and seeing it all as like, you know, take a step back, changing anything that I feel like it needs to change. And then I got to make a loading window. I totally forgot about this, but I'm going to have to do that. And then we're getting into sounds and music. So that's the plan. Anyway, let's look at this. It's finally loaded. So let me swap to it. Alright, so this is the intro. You should be able to see it now. So it already, actually I can just hit restart, but it'll get rid of the full screen, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, yeah, it starts in this little sparkle right here. It slowly gets bigger and bigger, and the text draws out. I think we showed part of this on the last stream, but might as well just go through them all. Calamity descends, landing off the coast of a small island town of University. So if I click, it automatically completes, and I have to click again to go to the next scene. I had like a bug in here where I forgot to reset it back to where it goes to the normal speed, and I just never noticed because anytime I was clicking, I would just click through the whole scene. But I ended up finding that and fixing that to where once it goes to the next one, it resets the speed back to normal so that it actually types out the next one. Oh, I put his name on the end here because I never really, I don't know, I just thought it fit, so I added it. Even though it is here, I just wanted to, I don't know, do the whole thing. Giant meteor causes record-breaking waves. Tensions rise as opposing sides weigh in. I can't talk today. Local resident says, my house. While local surfers say, righteous. I've read these so many times, they're starting to feel like extra corny. I knew they were corny when I did them, but I've read them so many times that I've reached the point where the funny is gone. So now I have to just trust that I enjoy it. It's kind of hard to explain, but a bit weird. But I'm just gonna keep it. Here's my little Master Blaster reference. I think I talked about changing the name last stream. So here's the animated scene. Yeah, it opens up. After a little bit, ship takes off. You can't skip this scene, but you can still like do the hold to skip. But you can't actually click to it to skip it. I decided to do it that way because it was kind of complicated to make it if you press a button, it skips the scene. So that's how that works. I guess I might as well show the depth finder cutscene, or maybe I save that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll save it till we get to it. So let me go ahead and open the next one up. So that was a cutscene for the intro. Next is the meteorite fragment. When you go out, collect a meteorite and bring it back, this cutscene plays. Welcome back. What have you got there? Part of the meteor. Taking it back to the lab. Wanna come? Sure. Let's experiment. That one still makes me laugh. So that's a good one at least. Aha! Honestly, hate how low quality this is, but I don't care. I love this effect. It ended up looking really good. It's got like that flickering effect. I ended up coding that in. I just make the alpha like randomly go up and down a certain amount, basically. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. And that gives it that little flicker effect. Alright, so that's that one. Most of these are pretty simple, like that. Next one is, I don't even remember what this is. This is when you first see the alien. Yeah, this is when they're at the tiki bar. I haven't really figured out when this one occurs. But we'll figure that out today. All these fish. What? Isn't any different to me? Strange weather, orange lightning. You mean besides glowing orange and exploding? You taste a bit tangier now that you mention it. I changed it from spicy to tangy. I don't know why. It just felt right. In times. And then, yeah, this is our alien reveal. So it's... yeah, I thought they looked okay. Maybe it needs to fade in a little slower. Honestly, looking at it like all in a row like that, it does feel like a sudden shift from one thing to the other without like a transition. Let me hit restart. I just want to look at it one more time. It's a bit weird that we go from this screen into the next one where we're like under the water without an appropriate transition. But I think you can get the idea. That's the meteorite. We're in the water. And then there's something inside this. And something goes by the screen, bunch of bubbles. That cracks open. That's okay. Like it. Good enough. That one was a bit harder to do than the other ones. Alright, depth finder. Right, so after this one is the one on the map. This is when you get the depth finder. Probably gonna set these up to where you have to like kill a few mini bosses or something. Like kill a mini boss, get a cutscene, kill a mini boss, get a cutscene, something like that. Welcome back. Hi. Oh, what happened here? Mind that. Thing has been busted for years. Done. Meanwhile. So yeah, ocean. I changed its color to be blue because it's nighttime and everything's blue. And I wanted it to be a little bit more mysterious, like what it actually looks like. I wish we could have sit on that page for a little bit. It was a lot of work getting that to actually animate like that, but it's really just a lot of particle effects that apply randomly. I want to look at it one more time. So yeah, I put more particle effects towards the middle at the top, and then they get like bigger and less dense as it goes further down. So that's how I ended up doing that like ripple effect. I saw that in a scene in Jaws and I just thought it looked really nice and I wanted to try and do it. So I did it for like a couple cutscenes. Right, so area discovery. So technically we just got the depth finder from that cutscene and whatever we did up to this point. And the idea is, I thought about having like a little signal that like kind of points you in the direction you're supposed to go, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might just make it to where, I have it coded to where it's like playing a sound effect right now, though you can't hear it because I don't have sounds. But you can imagine like every now and then it's just playing like a pulse, like a radar pulse. Do-do, do-do. And as you get closer and closer to the object you're trying to find, in this case, like the corals, is right here. So yeah, as you start getting closer and closer, the pulse starts getting faster and faster. So you'll go around here, and then once you touch the spot where the icon is, you'll see it'll come on the screen, and then it'll automatically pull you into the next cutscene, which pulls you into the stage. I have that all set up. So here it goes. I have it like lower, flashy effects, go into the cutscene. Good luck. Bring me back a souvenir. Dropping anchor. And then we got this one. The alien coming in. And this is the first one where you actually meet it, and here it is. I also changed it to where on this first one, you only ever see the one wall. It'll always be this scene, and it'll always be one wall somewhere in the middle. And then you gotta collect the map piece and exit with it. So yeah, this is just kind of like your little intro into the alien. You got like these little dudes you gotta be careful of. And the idea is to keep coming back into this area, collecting more map fragments. There we go, we succeeded. Alien's going back home to regenerate. And now we can keep, so you only got like a part of the map. And I hope the player, I didn't really give them an idea of like where they're supposed to get these other map parts, but the idea is if you just go back into the corals, you'll get the next one, which will have two walls. And then there's your map on this one. It'll randomly be on like the left or the right, I think. Yeah, and this one has 2 walls. These stages are pretty easy, just because really, if you wanted to get through them without dying, you just don't mess with these eels, and you'll be fine. You can really just hang out. Which makes me think, maybe I should add something into the game to like speed up the anchor if, I don't know, if you press a button or something. Oh, anchor is behind the wall. Haven't seen that till now. Oops. Huh. Okay. That's weird. I have to look at that one. Anyway, there's 2 of them. You go back in one more time. This is the 3rd one. It's got 3 walls. And then you look at the sides. You don't see a map on either of these ones. But if you just wait around a little bit. There it is. Yeah, that works great. You grab all 3 map fragments. I had to set through another part of this. Shoot some eels. Eels can be pretty dangerous. Because a lot of times they're like in these corners where you can't really get a good shot on them. So they're not an easy one to get. Yeah, we got all 3 map fragments, and the idea is once you got that, you bring it back to port. But alien should be somewhere on the map right now. Oh, and I'll get to show you what this alien thing looks like on the detector if he shows up. There he is. Yeah, so see it? It pulsates. It's supposed to make noises, like as he's showing up on it. But yeah, as he starts coming in closer and closer, it starts beeping faster and faster. That works. Faded out awfully quick there. Why does it feel like it faded out extra quick there? Usually... Oh yeah, you can see the alien leaving even though we can't actually see it. I thought I tested this to where like it didn't fade out until the alien got all the way up with his animation. I wonder why it seems like it's fading out even faster. Yeah, it fades out before we get to see the whole thing. Maybe I didn't really test it with the... That's right, I did it with the zoom, but I never tested it with the fade out. So I need to slow the fade out down when you're attacked by the alien. Okay, so that's 2 bugs we've got. One is the anchor's depth isn't quite right, and the other one is the fade out has to be different. I might also want to make this splash for this alien be a little bit further back when he's this small size like this, because I had the splash set up for like when he's this large size, but when he's this small size, kind of splashes a little bit too soon. So I need to lower that. Alright, that's 3 things to fix. Let me write those down before I forget them. We'll fix those here shortly. Okay, so anchor depth, alien fade out, and alien splash. Shorter. Alright. Alright, next one. So this is when you bring the map back. I think that's really all that one has. Yeah, that doesn't even have an animated scene at the end of that one. Pretty basic. But you just had a cutscene when you entered the corals anyway, so... Yeah, that's supposed to be a relatively small one. Compass. Then again, I like those short ones because they were easy to do. What do you think of this? I love that little hand. Let me see. They should help you find bigger meteorite fragments. Meanwhile, gonna be rich, man. Bang, pow, bam. And then this is the cutscene. So I'll probably have sound effects for some of these cutscenes. Bunch of sparks shoot off, big explosion. Let's see that again. It won't run that badly in the final version because I'll have all the sprites loaded. It'll run more like it's going to run right now because now we have actually loaded all the sprites at this point. So this is what it's supposed to be like. But anytime I'm testing it, it's not going to look great because it's loading all these big sprites right when we're seeing them. So let's do that again. The explosions tend to have like harder frames, but that's what it's supposed to look like. I like that one. Did a lot of work on that one. I tried to make like lightning shoot out and stuff, but eventually I just went with like the little lightning projectiles shooting out and a bunch of sparks. Because I thought I was overworking it. Alright, the oil rig. I think this is when you get the large meteorite fragment from the oil rig. Yeah, so after you finish that stage, it comes up. I got it. Be large enough. Gotcha. It just shows a little scene with the two hanging out. I did the sparkle thing again, but this time I made them orange because we're like at near sunrise. It's just supposed to be a scene, pretty or something. I don't know. Feels like things are getting better. It's supposed to make you feel bad about the guy who's about to die. Spoilers. Alright, next cutscene. This is when we bring the large meteorite fragment back, and she's going to create the resonator with it. What can you make with this? This will be my finest work. Finished. Now we can track down that meteor. Meteorite resonator. It's just meteorite taped to a oxygen bottle. And that's it. That one's easy. Okay, so there's 2 or 3 that are missing. These scuba ones, which I should add in here. We should do those real quick. So let me do that. I forgot to add them. These ones I named cutscene upgrade 1, upgrade 2, and upgrade 3. So yeah, this is when you unlock these different upgrades, the cutscenes that play for those scenes. So let's look at the scuba, which honestly the scuba one should have happened a little bit earlier in the timeline. There it is, my old scuba suit. You can borrow it. Bit tight on me now. Is that it? Was there no meanwhile there? I guess not. That's a pretty simple one. I think the next 2 definitely have stuff on the back of them. for the suit. Gentlemen, allow me to introduce my latest invention. The Bell. Ballistic Environmental Living Lollipop? That one's corny. Meanwhile, near the lighthouse. Oh, Rose. Oh, Jack. This one has the lighthouse. Can't really see anything until the light comes by. But the light reveals the wreckage. And then I had the scene slowly get brighter and brighter as it goes on. Bunch of stars. Pretty simple. That was just a basic lighting system. Alright, here's the sub. And this is the last scene before the finale starts. University Summer Beach Bash. Put a bunch of references in this, so let me try that again. I put a bunch of references in this one. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Jackal. We got another Blaster Master because I really like that game. And then we've got River City Ransom. This is how the streets are created. And then I have my Baker's Bakery here. Pippet. I had to look up what that dog's name was. Apparently it's actually controversial. When I heard it, I thought it was Pippin, but it's Pippet. And but it was funny because I turned on the subtitles to figure out what it was. And the subtitles on Jaws, it was like Tepin. I was like, that doesn't sound like Tepin to me. It definitely sounds like a P. So I had to Google it. And I don't know, most people seem to think it's Pippet. So that's what I went with. Felt like this, which is an unusual dog name. I've never heard that one before. Yeah, I saved the dog. Dog's fine. There you are. And then classic Jaws kind of thing. Jaws poster. Tragedy today. Let's get this son of a... And then the montage. Showing off parts of the submarine. Like just this random blue guy from Dino Wars that I threw in there. I love the torch, man. I drew a really good torch. Lowering the suit into the sub. And an Indie Dev Pizza's reference. And then the submarine. I think this one's kind of basic. I wish I'd added more detail to the background, but by the time I got to the submarine, I was pretty burnt out. So I just said screw it. Just a light in the sub with chains holding it up. I think that's fine, whatever. Maybe a bit lazy, but I can't be bothered to do any more. For the final stage going into it. This is probably one of the more complicated ones. Well, actually, no, this one's pretty easy. It's the finale. It's a bit more complicated. Anyway, this looks like the place. See anything up there? Looks clear from up here. Wait, there it is. It's coming. Ah! Look out! Ah! No! Rip. Roar. And we got to see him getting ready to fight. Really, that was an easy panoramic shot. Just have everything move at a different speed. Pretty simple. Last one, the finale. I still have to do the credits. I was thinking I was going to save the credits for a little later, but I should probably do the credits before I move on to sounds. So maybe I'll find a spot in here that I want to do credits. The credits are pretty simple. It's just like my name, and I don't know. I've thought about what I might do for the credits, but not exactly sure yet. I'll do that when I do the loading window. I'll do credits. They shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's just me and the dog. I'm gonna put the dog in the credits, but that's about it. Okay, let's watch the finale. And I just thought about something else I wanted to talk about after this. But let's do this first. Alright, here's the finale after you've beat the final boss. I love this picture. It goes up, resting. But here it comes, it's still alive. Horror trope. Where do you get that? Stab it. Deus Ex Machina. Yeah! Woo! There it is. Sees the detonator, grabs it. Class dismissed. You see it's like pieces go flying up. It'll look kind of frame ready for what I said before. And then we got the final scene. And just resting, clouds parting. It'll slowly become daylight. The plane's coming up over the horizon. And the water's changing from orange back to blue. And yeah, roll credits. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks a little weird with the way the sky fades in, but I can't really do it in another way other than to redraw it. So I'm not gonna do that. So that's what we'll end up with. I just wanted it to like, the big problem there is going from like a star. Well, I didn't have a scene for like stars. I have skies that are stars, but they weren't the right size, so I had to like resize them. But I tried to just do it for like showing the dawn before the sun comes up. But it didn't look right. So I decided it would be better if it went from black and then shifted into like the next one. But that didn't look good without the stars, so I added the stars, and then I had to like shift between the two, which looked weird unless I have to get rid of the stars completely before I bring the skybox in. I ended up messing with that final shot like a lot before I got something I was happy with. It took me like several hours to do that one in particular. I could show how I did all that, like the code for it. I think the only thing that's really difficult might be how I did this, like the water sparkle thing, which is just this. I'm just repeating like 8 times close to the top at like a random range between like these two positions. And then I have different particles, sparkles that are just like different sizes, and they last a certain amount of time depending on how close they are to the camera to us. So these like Sparkle 2 and Sparkle 3 are just a bit of, they just last a little longer. And I think they're a little bit bigger. That's really it. And yeah, there's just less of them the closer we get to the camera. That's how that works. I don't think I need to go over everything, because I think most of it's pretty self-explanatory if you've watched the rest of my videos. Just gonna assume you have. I could do like that final scene, which has a lot of stuff going on. I think the hardest part is this plane, but it's not that bad. I just like draw a surface, have the plane come up right at the water line there, which it was hard to actually get it to be exactly where it's supposed to be. Like sometimes it looks like it's 1 pixel too low, but if I put it 1 pixel higher, it actually looks like it's 1 pixel too high, and you can see like a gap between the water and the top of the plane. So I ended up going with this 313, and that's the best I could get, and I said screw it. But yeah, it basically just goes up. Oh, these are the clouds. These cloud X1, cloud X2, cloud X3 for moving clouds out of the way. And then for the plane just slowly rises here, and then once it reaches 313, it swaps this variable on, and it goes to the next one where all of a sudden it's not being drawn plane up. This is when it's drawing it on the surface. And well, okay, if not plane up, because this is after the else. So if it is plane up, it draws it normally without putting it on the surface. That puts it above everything. And then it slowly moves down while growing in size a little bit. And then it turns the fade out on. I don't know. That's how I did all that. Right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about, I looked at localization. I finally went to, we can look at it real quick, if I can find it. All right, here we go. I finally looked at crowd in, which is, it's actually pretty cool, and not as bad as I thought it would be. So this is my, this is crowd in. It's for doing like crowdsourcing fans translations or translations. So I put my project on here. I wrote out my entire script. It ended up being 865 words. I excluded any words that I could easily translate myself, like options menu or new game. I figured those I can probably just translate using like Google Translate and get it myself, because every single word you have translated costs money. So I definitely reduced this as much as possible to just like the different sentences and stuff, right? So yeah, it ended up being 865 words. I think each of the languages are like a different price depending on like how rare they are. So some of the rarer languages like Afrikaans or I don't know, Greek, Hebrew, they're a little more pricey. But for the most part, each one of these translations, if you're doing 865 words, they're about $100 to $200 per translation. So I was thinking that depending on how much money I get, I mean, I just dropped $200 on a battery, so that kind of hurts. But I was thinking that I'll just do like the most popular languages, maybe like one or two of them. So I definitely get like Spanish. Probably want Japanese if I'm going to put it on the Switch, and probably Chinese. If I bought those, then that would be like $300, $300 to $400 probably. And then after I release the game, I already have like all this code figured out to add new languages, right? If I do a couple languages, I don't know if I'll do that. I'll probably just do like one language. That way I'll have something to like use as a template to add new languages later. And yeah, I'll just put it out there, and depending on how much it makes, I'll start buying more and more translations until we can translate the game into several languages. These right here are just like the top, it's the top 29 most popular languages, or yeah, most properly translated languages. And that's 29 because I excluded English. I don't know why English is in there if I'm translating from English. So I excluded that. But the other 29 are in here. But this actually allows you to do like way more languages if you wanted to. I just don't see the need. I figured this would be fine. And I probably wouldn't do all of them, but I'll do most of them. I don't know. It depends on how much money I make. Because, I don't know, all I would have to make is like, I don't know, Arabic, right? You got to wonder like how much, you know, how many copies would I sell? But all I have to do is make more than $100 for it to have been worth it. And then anything that makes above the 100 that it costs for the translation is a profit that I would have otherwise not have gotten, right? So it seems to me like it'd be pretty much worth it to do as many languages as possible if you can get the sales to pay for it. Like I have to sell, if it's $10 a game, I'd have to sell like 10 copies. That doesn't sound bad. Like, even if, yeah, I translate it to Dutch or whatever, only 10 people bought it, that still pay for their translation, so it's not bad. I could invite people to translate my script for me for free, but I don't even know where I would start with asking that. I don't really have a following. I could post, I know like the guy from Domekeeper or whatever is who I figured out this whole crowd-in thing from, but he puts his on there. He basically paid for a couple of them, and then he puts the other ones on his site like this, like I've done, and he just allows the fans to translate. So I might do that way, and then I'll put like a little something on the title screen, like if you'd like to translate this into another language, with a link that goes to this page, which will allow you to do that. Only problem with that is I would need QA checks because, you know, who knows what I'll get if it's just some random stranger. But yeah, it probably won't be that bad. If I paid for it though, it would be like I would get a QA check as well. So I wouldn't have to worry about it being too bad. And it's definitely better to do this than to do machine translation. So this is what I was looking at. It looks like after my trial expires, I'm going to have to actually like pay for this service, which kind of sucks. So I don't know how much that'll cost. It'll probably be like, hopefully only like a couple bucks, or you know, I'm imagining they're doing some sort of monthly subscription. I'm just going to use it for when I need it, and then I'll turn it off otherwise. But it seems kind of weird that they have a subscription thing as well on top of the paid translation. It just seems kind of dumb. But then again, it's a service, so might as well pay for it. It seems like a really good service so far, just looking at everything. Okay, back to this. So that's that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and save all this. We're good here. So we want to implement progression, and we're gonna have to figure out where to actually start with that because things are kind of a mess right now, and I gotta put the puzzle back together. But before I do that, I'll take a little break, go get a drink, and I'll be right back. We'll get started on making progress again. Okay. Let's do this. Let's try not to take 5 hours. I would like to get some sleep tonight. Alright, I think the first thing I should do is fix those couple errors I just had. The first one is what depth is the anchor at? Which is not here. Then backgrounds, ship, anchor. So it creates the chain above it. I think the ship itself makes the anchor. Yeah. So this creates the anchor, one above it. I need to look at my depths again. Where's the ship at? Stage ship is at 100. So, yeah, okay, I put the wall at 99. I should have put the wall a little bit lower, like 95. So, I don't think changing the wall to 95 shouldn't break anything else. I don't think so. The eel will still be on top of it, but this way the anchor will be above the wall. So I just need to change that. I think the wall is part of the floors or wall. So it's depth -1. It doesn't really matter where it's at. It'll create the eels on top of it. So that's good. So where do we create the walls? I could do Control-Shift-F, BG, Coral Wall. Alright, Coral Spawner. Here we go. So I was creating it at 99. Just want to make this 95. We're going to find every single one of them. This is where I put in, if it equals 0, I create only the one wall. If it equals 1, I create 2 walls. If it's 2, I create 3 walls. And then I set here, if it's anything above 2, and you just create randomly like we were doing before. Alright, so 95. Also, if I'm going to do this, remember to update it on my notepad. Oh, I already did it. Good. Good on me. I'm creating the map bottle at the same depth as a spawner. I think that's like 0. I should check the shipwreck as well. Or I could just look at the shipwreck spawner. See what depth it's at. So this is for skybox. The ship is made at 100. 100's the same as the ship. Yeah, I don't know, I gotta look at this one. Because actually I don't think the anchor ever actually touches the ship. It's always on the right. Let me look at it real quick. Could be wrong about that, I want to make sure. I haven't really been paying attention to it. Clearly I've missed it at least once. Right. So, oh, unfortunately, I can't actually, what happened? Oh, crap. Okay. I don't know why it's not full screen. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, I've gotten rid of the ship, and we can't actually go into it. So that is one unfortunate thing, is ruined my ability to test my own game. unless I activate it. Alright, so to activate it, I need to turn on... Actually, if I just turn on Site Found Shipwreck, that should be all I need to do. Also, I'm going to turn this one back off, because we're not testing it. I'm going to forget about it if I don't. Alright, so that should make the shipwreck show up for testing. Some ginger ale. Did you take my ginger ale, Hannah? God, if you get that reference, you're amazing. Alright, let's check this out. I want to see if the anchor actually passes. Yeah, it does pass through the ship. It's behind it right now. So, actually, if I just stand like here, I'll be safe. Let's see what happens. As long as, if it's behind it, I'm cool with that. As long as it's not like one is in front of it and one is behind it, right? They both got to be in the same spot. In this case, yeah, they can both be behind it. That's fine. Also, there's the compass in there. If you go here, you can actually like acquire it. You can see my character's like right in here at the moment. You actually have to go around and get in there to pick it up. I don't think I've ever shown this one, but it works. And then you just got to survive the shark stage. But you can do that by hiding right here. I don't have to wait through all this. I just kind of wanted to see what happens. Everything seems to work though. That's cool. Oh. Alright, so that's one bug fixed. Next bug was it was fading out too soon on the alien. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that one. Because I actually like how it fades out when you go into a stage. I just want it to slow down only when you're encountering the alien. I wonder if I can just like delay the fade out part. I think that the fade out is actually tied to the zoom in this case. I could just make it. No, I need it to fade out slower. Alright, let's look at the camera. Also, I can collapse that. Collapse this stuff. Alright, here's the fade. Yeah, I just attached fading to be part of the zoom in, zoom out. I'll need to set up like something. Alright, so this is fading in. Or this is zooming in, right? Because once it equals this. So this is the part I have to slow down, I think. Let me just, it's better to test. But I also need to turn the one that is the alien is only after you activate the coral. So I'm gonna turn this on so that we can test the alien. I'm gonna see if I get rid of this. I commented out It shouldn't cause any zoom in now. I'm gonna test that real fast. Make sure I'm editing the correct thing. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't fade in. Alright, and it still works fine. Okay, so all I really need to do is change this number depending on if the alien's attacking or not. Which I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I could check to see if this... Okay. Right, it's going to be a bunch of ifs, but if... The alien should always exist, I think. So I can always just check to see if... Not S. If, what's this object? Go over the world. Right, so if it equals alien attack, then fade plus equals, let's just try like 0.3, and then we'll do else this fade. There we go. So right, if the alien's technically attacking, we're going to fade in slower, otherwise it'll fade in the normal amount. And that should work. Let me test that real quick. It might not be enough, or it might be too much. We'll just have to like figure it out. I want it to just get dark when we go into the stage. I could also just get rid of the fade in, or do some other type of transition when you get attacked. That would work too. I'd have to figure something out. Here he is. That's not bad. And then if I go in normally, it goes full black. I don't know, to see it again, we gotta wait for him to come back. Recharge his health. Let's see it again. Honestly, I think that's fine. Ah. I like to let it run all the way through every now and then, just for extra testing. Alright, well that works fine. I was thinking maybe it goes a little bit more than 0.3. But that's pretty close. At least you get to see the alien fully rise out of the water before it goes all the way out. So I think that's fine. Alright, the other one was the alien splash is just a bit too much. Which, this is the single splash. So what I want to do, I just don't want it to go quite as far over. So maybe like 150 instead of 200. Only problem is, see, I did this sine X scale. Oh, but I never did anything. See, the image X scale changes on this guy. So at 200, it looked good on the final scene when he's like 3 times his size. But when he's his smallest form, it's a little too much. Technically, this guy will never be like 3 times the size. It'll only be one of the 2 sizes, either small or medium. Let's just try 150. Also, wait, what is this else? This is for charging. Oops, I need to do it here too. Oh, crap. I've not uploaded the game. It's too much. Right, so if state equals charge, the speed is greater than 0. So, okay, yeah, this is when he's charging the splashes that created. And this is the other times. And if his speed is ever equal to 0, it won't create any, which is rare, but it can happen. Okay, so that should be good. Let's test that. I just want the splashes to be a little closer to his head. And they can be a little bit in front of his head. That way, when I increase his size, it'll still kind of look right for the larger version as well. I think this should be fine. A bit better. I think it's still a little too much. It's definitely better than it was. I don't know. I'm gonna take it back like another 25 or something. That's better. Yeah, like the splash is a little bit further back. The particles, the little like sparkle particles, they're happening a little early. But that actually, that's kind of fine. As long as the main splash is more in line with where his body is. Oh god. Enemies all over the place. Oh, stingray. Ah. Alright, that one's fixed. That's all three of those worked out. Okay, back to progression. So I think the best way to do this progression is to really just think about it like order of operation, right? The only thing I'm not going to be able to do is like mini bosses because I haven't done them yet. But I can figure out everything else in the progression. So, step one would be the intro when you start a new game. So I think I'm gonna leave this on for now. Okay, so starting a new game. Where was that at? That's part of the UI. New game buttons. Okay, I even put a little note here. This is where I go to intro. So if it does not exist, we create it. And then, yeah, we'll go to the intro instead of going to the world map. So I just need to change this to be, if I can remember what it is. It's CS, right? CS. No, it's a room. Crap, I don't remember where my room's at. I just did those. I just can't remember anything anymore. Cutscenes, cutscene 01. There we go. Go to intro. But I gotta remember, I'm glad I remember this right now because it's actually not this simple. It's if global option auto skip. If auto skip equals 2, then it's got like the instant one, in which case it's going to skip intros. So if that's true, we need to say, I'm probably going to copy paste this into a lot of my stuff. I should have done that differently. There we go. All right, and whatever I activate in the intro, I need to activate here, which is global progression, cutscene. Is the one for the intro? Yeah, there we go. That equals true. Oh, that's not how you spell true. There we go. Alright, so if auto skips on, we will set this cutscene to be automatically done, and we'll go to this. But there's also one more thing I haven't done till now, but I wanted to do this now. I need to update our completion percentage, which it's been so long since I messed with that, I forget what that even looks like. I made this map pieces thing. I didn't actually end up using it. Right, let me check. I can get rid of this. I think this is legacy. Yep. And cut that. Okay, the score thing's not actually in here. I mean, there's a score, but there's also supposed to be a progression thing. I don't even, it's been so long since I've done it, I forget what I did. Let's go to our scripts and look at load game. Did I never actually implement that? I know I put it on the draw event. Also, this has map pieces. Crap. I have to go look at the button. I might not have actually created a global yet because I knew I didn't have it yet. Alright. So it's part of the new game. Part of the draw, I think. We're gonna like this new save. There's the percent. Oh, here we go. Save slot 1%. Where is that at? How come I didn't see that? It's in a couple things. Right here. Percentage. On all three of these. Okay, so this is the thing I want to update. It's also in load options. Okay. Right. So I have it, but I haven't really used it for anything else. But we're about to throw it in here. It's weird that it's not actually on here though, right? Like I've got score and save slot, but I never did the percentage for like a default percentage. I have a, oh, okay. Yeah, that's right, because save slot 1 for score is different from global score. God, did I even use global score? I guess so. Okay, maybe this isn't wrong. Okay. All I need to do is here, wherever I was. Not here. Here. Yeah, when I do this, I want to say I don't even remember what it was called. Save slot 1 percentage. So all I need to say is plus equals 2. Okay, this is the part I need to add in. And this is for slot 1. So this will be correct. But I also need to add into the intro when I do this. All right, let's go find the intro because I'm gonna forget that if I don't do it right now. That is the room. Honestly, what I should look for is just global progression cutscene intro. Anytime I see this, I know I'm going to do the other part. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So when I set this to equal true, I need to do, crap, not that. But we don't know what save slot we're in at this point. Alright, I'm going to open a text file so I can copy all these things that I'm likely to keep copying and pasting. There we go. Like that, I'm going to copy paste. This I'm probably going to copy paste a lot. So everywhere that this is, I need to add this part. I guess what I should look for is the entire thing. Which is like, if I'm just looking for this, I'm gonna find a lot of unnecessary stuff. I want to look for global intro equals true. There we go, that'll cut it down. There we go. I'm gonna have to split this up. Okay, so that's all those are now caught up. And now I've done this to this one button, but I need to do it to the other 3 buttons. Which is when I copy the whole thing. But I need to change this from 1 to 2. Okay. And same here. The 3. Okay, so that's all the intro stuff. Once it goes through the intro, it's going to do all of its stuff. So that's all good. And it should throw you out. Once the intro ends, it throws you out on the world map. So that should be fine. Okay. So let's keep going. Once we do the intro, we're going to go out and find the meteorite. Bring the meteorite back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the whole port menu again because I haven't attached the cutscenes to any of the port menu stuff. I feel like most of this stuff is in the port. But let's do meteorite next. Honestly, it seems like it'd be better to just track each of the different globals, right? Kind of like I did with that last one. That makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, let's just track this global. Alright, so in cutscene 2, there we go. We need to add this here. Ah, crap. Clicked off the screen. So there'll always be like 3 of them here. One is for an instant transition. One is for if you hold it down. One will be for if it ends naturally, and actually there's a 4th one if it's not instant, but if it's automatic. So yeah, there should be 4 per that I need to remember to do. I can see myself screwing something up here. pretty easily. Expand this out, makes it easier once it gets too long. Go. All right, so the part that we're missing here is what actually creates this cutscene. I haven't added that. So that's when you deliver the meteorite fragment back to port. I need to put that like up top here because I feel like we're going to come back into this menu more than any of the other ones, which should be in the port, UI dock window. But before I go any further, I feel like I forgot something. When I did the button for new game, this one, this is if you click the mouse button on this button, but there should be another one of these for when you use like the controller, which I don't even remember where that is. I think it's part of the UI title window. Deconfirm. If delete open. Alright, so this is for deleting. If new open. Yeah, this part. I did remember this. Okay, so this also needs this stuff in here. I'm glad I remembered that. So the dock menu is going to be the same way, where the buttons need to be set up and the main controller thing needs to be set up. That was the wrong thing. What happened there? I just copy pasted it. It keeps pasting the wrong thing. What the hell? Fuck. I hate when this happens. For some reason, I don't know. Notepad doesn't actually save my paste, or when I copy something, it doesn't save it. All right, let's open. This is new game button. Here we go. I can just copy it from here, maybe. This isn't the right one. This one. Copy that. This is for save slot 1. Nothing is indented right. For 2. Change this to 2. Three. All right. And close that and close this. We can go back to where we were. So I just got to remember every time I do one of these, I'm going to be looking at the dock window, but I'm also going to be looking at the button associated with it as well. Alright, so in the dock window, we're doing the meteorite. This is just cycling through them. I want the confirm voice. Left, right, up, down, cancel, and confirm. Alright, where does it go in here? So this is for upgrading. Which I think I need to change these. Later. Forget where I track this. There we go. I track it in the button, which would make this a lot easier if that's true. This is for button dock 2. So what I just did is I turned the purchase on, and I'm doing the fancy animation for the purchase. This is for meteorite. So if purchase. Okay, here we go. Go to cutscene. Good comments. Glad I threw these comments in. Because it's really complex by now. But this is cool because this button actually uses the same little bit of script for both of them. I'm pretty sure, because if I click on this, it purchases it. It goes through this, so I actually only have to change it once for these. And this one's completely unnecessary, right? Because all these have purchase, and I don't actually have to go through this. So that's cool. I just have to go through the buttons. Makes this much easier. I don't know if I planned that out. It's been too long. I don't remember if I did plan that out, but if I did, good on me. Alright, I need to add it in here now. So this is when, if we have auto skip 2 on, we're going to play the meteorite cutscene. Honestly, what I should do, just so I remember to change this stuff, I should remove it from the end here. And I need to apply this inside of here now, because we don't know what save slot we're using anymore. All right. Just gonna reformat this real quick. Okay, copy this, replace this with the new one. I wish I'd left the tabs in there now. Honestly, this is going to be the format I'm going to be using mostly. I'm going to copy that back in so that we do have the tabs in. Okay, so yeah, I get little errors for the parts that I need to update, which is this part. Meteorite. The percentages is good. We'll look for whatever save slot we're using and advance the percentage. And then this one, just do that as well. Did I spell that wrong? Oh, it goes. This is room go to. Okay, this needs to be different. This is O2 meteorite. Let me change that. This is room go to cutscene. I just put numbers here. I'll leave the 0 as a reminder, because I will forget. Okay, there we go. So, if auto skip is automatic, then it's going to give us this cutscene, advance the percentage, and then it's really just not going to do anything else. It'll just stay on that screen. Otherwise, it'll go into this cutscene, which we've already set up when we did all this stuff. So that one is done. Should be. I did it right, because that did both of those. Okay, next. So the next one is the reveal cutscene. So these ones I just need to add the percentage part at the end. Looks like we need one additional tab on these. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Alright, so that's that one. Oh wait, this one isn't even the right one. This is for the credits. It just was using the default, so I didn't have to do that one. I wanted to do this one. Oops. There we go. Alright, and the last one is the button, which should be button number 3. Actually, I don't think button number 3 doesn't actually do the reveal. Button 3 is the jellyfish cutscene. Oh, that's right. Have I even applied all the research cutscenes? I don't think I did. I think I did the one, but I didn't actually do all of them. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever because I gotta do all the research ones as well. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what actually triggers the reveal. Alright, so you find the meteorite, you research the meteorite. Okay, so I was gonna make it after you complete the jellyfish mini boss. Then you'll get this cutscene. which is, I don't know how I want to do this. I've been thinking about, when I've been doing these cutscenes, I've been thinking about these cutscenes, instead of going back to the world map, they should just take you back into the port menu, if that's where you were before. And if I'm going to do that, I might do a version of the port menu that doesn't actually have an intro to it, so that you can just immediately be shopping again. I don't know. I haven't really thought about this. Like, for this one, it seems silly that you're going to get the jellyfish item, go back to port with it, but the second you go to port, it's going to start a cutscene. Actually, what I could do is make it if you touch the port while you have the jellyfish item, then it'll start this cutscene. Or if you get near the port or something, and then you still have to go to port. That way the player, like if you go to the port, you click on it and it starts one cutscene, but then it throws you back out in the world map. It's gonna feel silly that, oh, I'm still wanted to go to the port, right? So I kind of need it to trigger before you get to port. Or I need to do something. I'm really like throwing a wrench in there by doing this mini boss thing. But I needed something to like help with the progression. Yeah, so what I was thinking is after you do the jellyfish boss is when you get the tiki bar, or this reveal one. I'll just change the name of it real quick. But when you do the jellyfish boss is also when you bring the item back. So it seems kind of weird to stack both those cutscenes. I could put it on like the end, like after you've unlocked the jellyfish thing and you leave port. Maybe, well no, once you do the research cutscene, that actually throws you back out into the world map too. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like what I want. Because there's a lot of things I could do, but what makes sense? Oh. I kind of like the idea of it triggering automatically before you get to port. So I guess if I'm going to do it that way, I need to get the port icon and actually give it some code. I think that's how this is going to work. Because this applies to a couple cutscenes, or at least like one or two. So, okay, I need to go to backgrounds, world map, icons. Right, so the port icon didn't have anything on it before, but we need something like I mean, it could be a collision event. I'd rather do it through step event though. So, okay, so this happens if global progress item found. Okay, so if you have the jellyfish item, if it equals, and I don't remember what this was, if it equals 1, that means you're holding it. Okay, so if it equals 1 and place meeting X, Y, oh shit. Okay. So if you're carrying the jellyfish item and you just touch the port icon, then we're going to trigger this event, which will be basically what I've done before. For this part, we need to copy paste, if it'll copy this time. Yeah. There we go. So the cutscene that it's going to is reveal. Well, that's going to be good. And then this one needs to be 03 reveal. Okay, so yeah, if you have this item, you brought it back to port, the second you touch the port, it's going to play this cutscene. But it'll only play this cutscene if you haven't seen the cutscene. That's important. Alright, so if this is not true, then the other stuff is true. We have auto skip on, it's going to just apply it automatically, and then nothing's going to happen. Otherwise, it's going to trigger this cutscene, which will give you all the appropriate stuff later on as part of the cutscene itself. And this will be good. And I'll have to do this for the other thing that happens later. So I'll hang on to that for a bit. Is that it then? For this one? I think it is. Got a little messy there along the way. Did I get rid of cutscene 03? No, it's here. I did all this, right? Yeah, that one, this one. Okay. I think we're good for that one. I'm going to do the research stuff afterwards because otherwise it's going to be too confusing. Let's do normal cutscenes first. Okay, so the next thing we want to do then is close this stuff. I didn't have to do the button for this one. The button's really just for the research stuff from now on, I think. Except for the upgrades. We'll get that when we get to it. So what I want to do is look up the next one. Okay. So cutscene 04 and the blood from the cutscene. These need this part added in. And then at the end here, this needs to be expanded. Okay, and then what actually triggers this one? This one's triggered kind of like the other one was, I think, when you kill a mini boss. Yeah, when you kill the salmon, then this one should trigger. That's going to be the exact same thing I did before. Just changing some of the stuff. And copy this, paste it here, instead of jellyfish. This is salmon. So if it equals 1, and we haven't done the depth finder one. Depth finder. That's all good. The cutscene needs to be 04, depth finder. Okay, so that's what triggers that cutscene. Triggers when you have this item and you touch this icon. I think that's the last of these with the port icon. Let me just confirm that. So the next one's when you enter the corals. The scuba suit is when you activate it. The maps is when you... No, okay. The maps... No, you gotta make the map. Dive suit, compass, submarine, oil rig, large meteorite. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for the port. Though the oil rig will have something very similar to this on it. We'll do it later. Alright, so we can close all this. Alright, so next one. Corals. Right, this was for testing. I can get rid of this now. Otherwise this will keep popping up. Corals. Okay, so I guess that part of this one up, right? We just did it. Yeah, so if option auto skip equals to, oh, the only part is I don't have the save percentage part. Make sure that's in there. There we go. Alright, so if you have auto skip on, it's going to turn this coral on, update your progress, go directly into the room. Otherwise, it's going to start the cutscene. So that one's good. We're not done yet though. We got these ones. These need the parts on them. I'm going to be doing this a lot. Maybe I should go ahead and just save this as well, so that I get the indents in there automatically. That's all I have to do there. This will be the last of them. Gotta expand this. Well, either way, I'm gonna end up using one or the other. I guess it's easier to go back than it is to go forward. Okay, so that's all the coral stuff done, I think. When I do stuff like this, I always get like really antsy that I'm gonna forget something. It can totally happen. There's so many like ways for you to make a small mistake that ends up breaking your game. When doing sequence stuff like this, really nerve-wracking. I'm trying my best not to make any mistakes. Alright, next is map. That's not map. Most of this is pretty easy. Alright, why does this one have 3? Oh, because the map one actually doesn't have like an ending one. So this is the ending of it. Usually I would go to like an object as part of the animated scene. But this one doesn't do that. So I just need to figure out what activates the map one, and that's the actually purchasing it in the with the button. Alright, so this button is what I use to activate most of these cutscenes. I need to go ahead and pull it up. I think it's button 2. It was the one that I edited before. This one. Alright, this one deals with our like normal cutscenes a bunch. Oh, but this is a purchase thing, right? Okay, here's the purchase. Right, yeah. So this is when we're doing the meteorite. But there's also states for the map. What we got to do here. Go to cutscene. All right. Map is 6. I might as well go ahead and do the other one while I'm in here. Or there should be like another 1 or 2 in here. So yeah, I might as well do the compass. Because it's right here. There we go. Paste that. Compass. I mean, it's the next one anyway. But this one is large meteorite. Is this resonator? I think it is. Cool. But I skipped ahead a little bit there. I just finished all the map stuff, though. I can close it all out. Well, it was just that one. It's pretty easy. This, I'm done with this button, and that's like 3 cutscenes done, but I still need to do the rest of them. So let's keep going in order. Map, compass. Here. Oh, that ain't right. Damn it. Sometimes it saves it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Really confusing. Yeah, see? Why does it keep doing that? I was definitely using it correctly before. Do I have to like click out of it and click back in, or... I don't know what causes my notepad not to work anymore. Or my copy paste. There it goes. I think I have to click out and click back in or something. That's weird. There's those two. We gotta go to the boat. Fan this stuff out. So this new one, that's the one I just did, I think. So I can skip that one. Okay, so that's that one done. Next. Oil rig. I wonder where I've been saving this. I think I've been saving it anytime I save the game, right? I want to make sure real quick. If I save the game here, I think it's at the very bottom. Yeah, okay. If I ever save slot 1, it'll save that percentage in slot 1. So if our save slot equals 1, it should save that, and the next time the game saves, it'll do that. Which is the next time it goes to the world map, which happens to be right here. So that's fine. Okay, so that's good. We need the next part. This one. Expand. Alright, so now I need the one that actually creates the oil rig, which is when the oil rig gets revealed. Oh, so it's like when I did the corals, actually. I wonder if I actually set that up already. I don't remember. We've got some of the code in here. Yeah, I figured I set up most of this stuff, even though I haven't really tested it, but it should work. Where's the whole part with playing the cutscene? It'll be just like the other one. Let me look at it. Compare. This part. I think it'd be best if I just copy this. Right, it's after... Oh yeah, it doesn't have the alien attack part on it. Yeah, instead of room go to oil rig, we're gonna have to do all this stuff, play a cutscene. Oh, that's right, it's not going into the oil rig, it's coming out of the oil rig. I'm glad I thought about that before I did this. So, yeah, this ain't right. That's right, it's not like that. It'll be like that when I do the final stage, but the oil rig is when you actually exit the oil rig. So, that's like part of the anchor. Yep. The anchor is what determines whether you leave a scene or not. Alright, so instead of this room go to world map, This is where I'm going to do this. I paste this in. Okay, so we want to say if global progress item found large meteorite equals 1 when you exit this stage. And I hope I didn't screw this up anywhere. We're gonna make sure you check to see if we haven't already seen the cutscene, which I'm sure I've just screwed up somewhere. I'm gonna have to go back and look at everything again. Okay, and you have not seen the cutscene, so not global So if we have not seen this cutscene yet, then we do the next part, which is this stuff. And if those two things aren't true, then we say else, go to the world map. Okay, so now, okay, so we have the large meteorite, and we haven't played this cutscene yet. If auto skips on, we're going to set this cutscene as already completed, auto completed, and then save, and then go to, instead of going to the corals, we're going to be going back to the world map. And then otherwise we're going to start this cutscene, is whichever one the oil rig is. There we go. Okay, so that'll trigger that cutscene and everything involved in it. Okay, I need to go back. I feel like I missed this somewhere. Probably in the one where I was going into the port. No, I got here. If not, depth find, not reveal. The other ones are when you actually purchase something. So technically those don't have to have the cutscene part on it, because you can only purchase it once. Was there anything else? Or am I good? Okay, so the reveal and depth find corals should be good. Let me check it out again real quick, just to make sure. I mean, if you activate this, then you haven't seen the cutscene yet. So, yeah, okay, that one's fine. Map is when you activate it. Compass is when you activate it. Okay, no, we're good. We just got caught up. All right, so resonator, I've done part of it. Let's do the rest of it. All right, so I did that part, but I need these 3 lines. All right, we're all good. Almost there. 12:17. An extra dash in there. And then this one doesn't have an animated part, so it's very easy to do. I also tried playing Battletech again. I was really enjoying Battletech while I was playing it. I didn't beat it though. I remember getting frustrated because I don't know if they fixed it, but it used to be like anytime you got hit by a machine gun in that game, your pilot would just get injured constantly. It was like really ticking me off that every single fight I'd have to like wait a month in game for all my characters to heal back up. Just was getting on my nerves. Now they have a mod to fix that, so I thought I should give it another shot, but I don't know. That's a really time-consuming game. I didn't get very far before I was like, I really don't have the time to commit to this. I'd like to play Battletech again and actually beat it someday, but I think the big thing I don't like about Battletech is it doesn't have any of the clan mechs, which are my favorite mechs. It takes place before all those mechs come in, like the Bushwhacker and the Shadow Cat. I don't know. I don't remember what my favorite mech is. I always forget what it's called. I know it's not either one of those two. But I can never remember what my favorite one is called. I do like those two. I like the ones that have, like, you know, the reverse jointed legs. They look like Ad 209 basically. Oh yeah, the crab, the king crab, or I don't remember what it's called. It's something like the crab one. That one's pretty nice. I know that one's a favorite, and it's in the game, I'm pretty sure. It's still not my favorite one. Actually, this is a really cool one. If you don't know, this is a mech warrior thing as well. It's sad that we don't get to see these in the game because I think they're really cool. They're like, they actually have quad mechs in the Mech Warrior tabletop game or whatever, or in the lore, but they never put them in the games for some reason. They always use like tanks because they're easy to do, I guess. But they're pretty cool. We got like the Shadow Cat. I think that's what that one's called. That's the king one I was talking about. The crab. I don't know if mine's in here though. I don't think so. I know it has a very like that one's really cool. It's got a very like jet engine look to it. I can never remember the name of it. Also, I see you in chat. Apparently my Goba is not working. Let me restart that. Nothing to buy? Yeah. I don't know. I tried doing channel point stuff before, but I really just don't like any of it. So, all it does is like emote stuff. You can unlock emotes if you want. That's all I got. Okay, right. I was doing the resonator. I did those, and I've already done the activation one. So next is... Are we already on the final? Well, there's the upgrades. Right, let's go ahead and do the final. Yeah, I just find those kind of be sort of annoying. I mean, hydrate, change hats. I don't have hats. I tried exercise ones, but I found them to be pretty annoying as well. I don't want to stop in the middle of what I'm doing. It's actually a horrible idea, because then I get lost. So, yeah, derailing is not a very good idea when it comes to programming. Because then I forget where I am and mistakes happen. That's how bugs happen. Why I just like, let's screw all that. Alright, so the final start, that one I can do. That's going to be kind of like I did with the corals, but it's going to be when we activate the meteor. I don't know if I've set this up, I doubt it. No. Also, this goes to the oil rig, so I haven't done this one at all. Alright. So instead of corals, this will be final start. But this one needs to be... Okay, this is if you find it though, so technically it'll only happen the one time. Oh, okay. Otherwise, we go to the cutscene, which is final start. I gotta make sure final start goes into the stage as well. I don't know if I did that. I don't think so. Okay. So that's that. Is there anything else in here that I didn't do? I have this part. I must have just left out the room go-to part, which is weird. Yeah, because I got resonator and sub here. Meteor landing. This all looks good. I think I might have left that in there just because I knew I was going to change it later. Okay, so one thing is when I do cutscene 10, which is here, I can go ahead and close this stuff. Instead of go to world map, we need to go to the final stage, which is meteor landing. Is that it? Just those two? Oh, it's on this one as well. Okay, that should be good. All right, finale. I don't know if I did any of these. I'll look at the cutscenes. Okay, so the finale should go to the final scene, I think. I don't think I set it up for those when you skip. Yeah. Shit. Copied again. Damn it. Just pasted. Fingers backwards. Copy here. Paste there. Alright. If you skip, it still goes to the final scene. Honestly, do I want to do that? If you skip the... I mean, the final scene is kind of like part of this scene. So... I guess it's fine. You'll just have to skip again when you get to this scene. Okay, so I need whatever triggers this, which is defeating the boss, I guess. So, I don't even remember where I set all that up. I remember I threw him off screen, but it just kicked you out of the stage before. Now I need it to actually go into a cutscene. There we go. This part. Alright, so I need this string. So if we have auto skip on, we're going to say the finale is true. Do this stuff and then go. I mean, I should go to the credits, I think. Do I have credits? Yeah. Go to the credits. Otherwise, we're going to do the cutscene for the finale. It's 11. Get rid of that part. Okay, so if he's been dead for a while, then it should do this part next. A little confusing. Let me add brackets just so it's clearer. All right. I don't really have like a fade out or anything. I feel like I should have the screen fade out or something. Maybe I'll do this differently. The final cutscene uses the normal camera, I think. I'd have to do it in the camera if I'm going to do that. But I kind of want the screen to fade out, if I can. Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember what throws you out of the scene. Is it? It's usually the anchor. Oh, that's right. So when I did the anchor, I just never applied it to this guy, because technically it's a different thing. So this is the code I want. Okay, so this is what I need to do. I set the fade out to be true. And then once the fade equals 30, then we go forward. So that's what I want to do here with the alien. Right here. So if this sure I'm doing this right. So fade out equals true if fade ever equals 30. And that's an extra one. If it ever equals 30, then you do this stuff. I think that's all I have to do to make the screen fade out. Now, if I wanted it to fade out slower, which I might want to do, I could set that up with the camera later. Okay, I think that's fine. So now we got the one that goes into the finale. I need to set up the final scene. I went to the final scene, but I need the final scene to go to where it's supposed to go. Also, when I went to the final scene, I did set all my percentage, I don't really have to do that again. Alright, so instead of going to world map, we would go to the credits. But there's nothing to actually add here. And I guess I didn't even allow you to skip the final scene. Yeah, I don't have any of the skip code in here, so you can't actually skip over this. Okay. I'll just have to figure out what the credits do later. So, alright, that should be all the finale stuff. You can't skip, well, you can skip the credits, but automatic skip does not skip credits. It's the only thing that you actually have to go into and skip yourself. Because, you know, narcissistic like that. Alright, just need to do the upgrades and then the research. It is almost 1 a.m. Alright, let's track down Scuba. So these have this, but there's another thing that I need to do here, which is global upgrade. Global stat upgrade equals 1. Right, and if you skip this scene, which I don't think I've set that up either, or I haven't even set the stuff that goes into the scene, so I need to do that. That's all on button 1. I don't know if I've done button 1. I don't know if I've set it up. Take a look. How far did I go? Well, it's still checking to see if we have the meter right, so I don't think I've set up everything correctly. I've done some of it. Oh, okay. I actually did the upgrade part here. So I actually don't have to do it in this part. I guess it makes more sense to do it where you actually purchase it. Okay, so if it equals 0, it'll equal 1. If it equals 1, it'll equal 2. If it equals 2, it'll equal 3 when you purchase it. And then I just need to see, I need to check and see if we've seen a cutscene. And if we haven't, we need to play it at this point. Which really, I just play it as part of this. So right, so the requirements for this, you won't even be able to purchase it unless you've met the requirements. So all I really need to do is check to see if you've seen the scene or not. Alright, so I need to expand this stuff. Right, so we do that and we say if global, well, if not global progress cutscene. This one's for the sub. So if you haven't seen the sub one, then we do the code for that, which is basically what we did before using the auto skip stuff. Okay, so if you purchased it, the upgrade equaled 2, it now equals 3. If you haven't seen the sub scene, and then if you have auto skip on, it's going to just say that you have. Otherwise, it's going to send you into that scene. And we just set up, well, we set up the scuba. Kind of doing this out of order, but might as well do all of these things I'm doing it. We're going to make sure I set the global controls active to be on before you go into the cutscene. That would be a bad thing. There we go. Now I copy this part. Oh no. This part. There and here, and change some of the values. So this one is for the suit. Let me go in reverse order. Suit. And go to suit. This one is for scuba. There we go. Alright, now I just need to set up the requirements for these three. Which I don't think I've done. Why do I have this here? If meteorite equals 1, alpha equals 0. I don't know why this is here, because this should be part of this one. I think that's some sort of legacy thing that I didn't get rid of. because I didn't know what to replace it with. Okay, so if upgrade equals 0, and we have enough money for it. I think this is the activator, but I've changed this to be something else. So let me look at that. So for the scuba suit, I wanted to make it to where is that? I don't even know where I wrote it down. There we go. Scuba unlocks after corals. Okay, that's good. So this one's still right. As long as we've seen this scene, we can unlock the scuba suit. But okay, these ones have changed. This one isn't after map. This is after you defeat all the mini bosses. So, okay, dive suit. Oh, it's after you've researched all this stuff. The dive suit is after the first 4 researches. So I need to change this. Which is unfortunate because this is going to become a lot longer. We want progress, research. Alright, so it's going to be jellyfish and global progress, research, salmon, crab, is it eel? I think it is the eel. I thought the eel was supposed to be a late game boss. Yeah, I don't know about making it one of the first ones. I have in the final battle, the eel shows up with the shark at the very end. Right, it goes, if I remember correctly, the jellyfish and the salmon, and then there's is it stingray and octopus is next? And then I think it's the angler and the crab. And then shark and eel. So the order's not quite right here. I'm thinking, do I want the mini boss for the eel to be later? But would that even work out? Because I kind of want you to get the dive suit before you go to the... I guess I could do the shark as the first one and put the eel on this. I don't know. I want the eel to go into like a deep water zone. That makes me think I need to move one of the other ones up to be an earlier game boss. Which the angler makes the most sense, but the angler is kind of like a late game enemy. So it's got to be the shark, because the shark you can still get to the shipwreck. So you'll be able to see sharks before anglers. So it makes more sense to trade out the shark and the eel. I think I will. I don't know, that's gonna mess up like the nice design that I had though, right? Like on the port menu it goes, what does it go? It's jellyfish, salmon, crab, yeah, eel's number 4. Eel, then octopus, stingray, shark, angler. That's kind of the order I was thinking for these bosses. I guess the eel will be the final. It'll be the final of the basic bosses, so yeah, okay, we'll do the eel. Alright, so you have to research all 4 of these guys before you can get this stat or this upgrade. And this one's going to be the same thing, just the other 4. So, octopus. Stingray. Shark. Angler. Alright, I think I have to set this up. This is on the button, but I think this one actually does need to be set up as part of the dock. I'm gonna look at that. That's the title window. Dock window is this one. Go look at that. So if it's number 1, yeah, okay, I need to do this too. Okay, so the only thing here, I don't think I've set up the way this button reveals. I haven't done that yet. Which is a bit different because all the other ones, they only reveal once, but these upgrades can be like repurchased. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Like, how do I have this set up? Oh, I need to do this here. Okay, I see what's going on. So if we have global stat upgrade equals 1, which is the scuba, if we have the requirements for the dive suit, it'll appear gray. Otherwise, it'll show our scuba as being lit up as if we already own it. And this will be the same thing the other way around. And this will be, if you have all of them, it'll just automatically be lit. Okay, so I need to set, I need to set these up with the new stuff. Instead of using map. Which is in here. I've already got one of them. We'll do that. So instead of compass, we want this stuff. We have all those things. And this. And this stuff. What if I want to do it based on research, or do I want to do it based? Yeah, I guess it needs to be based on research. That way, as you research things, you unlock better upgrades. So that's how it's supposed to work. The only thing about this is, I don't think I did anything to set up like the initial part. It just automatically shows the next upgrade, which I think is fine. I don't know why I have this here. I feel like that shouldn't be there. Let me think about it. If global progress item found meteor, so if you're holding the meteorite, alpha equals 0. Otherwise it equals 1. That's just not true. Not for this one. This one should always show up. But if I get rid of the alpha part, that's going to cause certain other stuff to break, I think. Yeah, I need an alpha. Okay, so purchase won't be true. So if you release the button, yeah, I don't know. I think I need to set alpha to just equal 1 right off the bat without any trigger for it. I feel like I might have to test this and come back to it because I don't remember exactly what I did before, and I'm starting to get distracted from what I was working on before. So I did all the scuba stuff in here while I was messing with all that. But I want to do the other 2 upgrades while I'm at it. So we already set up the triggers for them. We just need to do the cutscene part. We'll put a little note to thoroughly test the upgrading when I get to that. Because otherwise, I'm not going to mess with it just yet. As part of the progression, we'll do that as part of testing. But I feel like I probably screwed something up, or I want to change something with the way you do upgrades. I'm going to put a note in here for that. Okay, I made a note. That's good. This should be good. That should be good. Alright, that was those. We did the finale and all that stuff. We haven't done the credits yet. But I don't have credits, so that one's kind of hard to do. Alright, I'm going to do the research real fast. Hopefully it doesn't go too long. And then I'm going to stop. So, alright, what do I need to do for all these? It shouldn't be too hard. It's just, the research is a lot simpler. But I need to, like, make sure all these buttons actually lead to research. I think that's the first place to start. So let's open all of them up. I think I only set up like one or two of them. I didn't do them all. I'll need two. I need to start at 3 as the jellyfish. Alright, so how's this work? It's part of the purchase, and it's right here. So, if auto skip, the jellyfish is true, but I need to add in this. You actually receive progress points when that becomes true. Otherwise, you go to the room, research jellyfish, and that seems okay. Now, do I have that already written in these ones? I do. So I really just need to add this part on, huh? As long as we're going to the correct research area. Oh, don't do that. Alright, good. Well, I did set up this stuff. I just never tested it. Kind of hard to test the items before having the items. I also got to think what else triggers progression. Make sure I've done all those as well. Okay. I want to look at these cutscenes, which are part of the cutscene spawners, not the room. Where is research? These ones. I need to check all these out. This part. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So there's 1, 2. Is that it? This is for instant. Yeah, this is for the end. Isn't there a way to hold and skip? Oh, that's right. If you hold to skip, it will automatically swap to the last one, I think. I don't remember where that is. There you go to fade out. Oh man, did I set that up in all of them? I don't think I did. If I go to 3, yeah, that's fade out here. I don't know if I use that for all of them. Let me check. If it's always state equals 3, then we're good. This needs to go here. This one's fade out is 3. Fade out 3. Okay, I guess it is. Just need to add the thing to it. 3. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well that's all those done, should be. Is that it? I'm sure there's some other stuff I'm forgetting. Alright, percent with globals, we did that. Sequence order, okay. So let's go back to initialize, close everything. Okay, so we've been doing them down the list, we've done all this. I don't know if item found was actually part of it. It might have been. I made it all equal 50. I'm gonna have to recount, but I'm pretty sure the item found was supposed to be 1 as well. So 1. I mean, I can just do some math. 71 minus 22. That doesn't seem like it's 50. Seems like it's 49, right? Yeah, it's 49. Where did I get 50? 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted to 50 again. I'm doing something wrong with my math there. But I just got 50 by counting it out. What am I doing wrong here? Is it because I'm not counting the 71 or something? That might be it. Okay, I'm gonna trust that this is 50, but if this is 50, yeah, that means anytime I actually do the item found, that's actually supposed to be a percentage point. But the way I've set this up, I can't really do that because you can find the item multiple times. I just want it to be the first time you find the item, you get the point. Oh, I know. Anytime it goes from, anytime you return it to the dock is when you should get the points. Okay, so that's what I need to do. Anytime, okay, so the easy way to do this is just look for global progress item found meteorite equals 2. that's an if. For this one. It equals 2 here. That means you've delivered it back to the dock, and this is where you should get these percentage points. There's another one in here. Oh, that's if. This one. Okay. So it's really just here. But there'll be multiple here. So if you deliver the map, that one. Oops. And then if you do the compass. Also the large fragment here. Now, okay, there's a couple of them done. I think the rest of them are going to be in these buttons like this. Because this one's an if. It's not actually in there. Alright. Yeah, I think I just need to open every single button again. That was 2. 3. Yeah, this part. Was it just one per button, or is there another one? I think it's just the one. Okay. That's jellyfish, salmon. Should really do this. Crab, eel, octopus, stingray. So yeah, you get this credit when you actually return it to the dock, and that makes a lot of sense. Okay, back to the top. Okay, so that was, I think, the meteorite. Yeah, I did the meteorite. And then I did 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did the map, the compass, the large meteorite. Okay, so I don't know if I did it for the site found stuff. Let me look at that. What I spell in there. Alright, so that's only the one where it happens. Right, so when this equals true. Okay, so you get a percentage point for actually doing the cutscene, but you also get a percentage point for just finding the site. Okay, so there's only a couple of these. So that's corals, and you find the meteorite. Where's the shipwreck? Oh, here it is. The icon's it's not on there. Okay. Back to initialize. Okay, so we did all the item founds, all the site founds. Okay, we still need to do the quirks, and I can't do the fishing yet. So I do the mini game. So I gotta make sure I make a note of that. Okay, I made a note of that. Now we can do, okay, the quirk. So the first time you see Flecko, I want you to get a percentage point, which I haven't even added these, I don't think. Like if I was to search for them, I'm pretty sure they won't show up, but I could try it. I think I added these in after I did the quirks, just to give myself an even 50. Oh no. Oh, it's in the save, initialize. Yeah, it's not part of it. Alright, so let's close everything but this. We're gonna go find Flecko. Start lapsing some of this. I think he's part of the passive. Yeah. There we go. Alright, Flecko. So all I want to do is if this guy gets created, yeah, we just say if, this one's very easy, if global progress quirk Flecko, well, if not, then that's really all it is. If you haven't gotten this, then it'll set it to true and give you the progress point for it. Okay, that was easy. The next one is the duck. So yeah, they're basically just going to be like this. So I can just copy this and change it. Where's the duck? The duck is an item. I wish all my sprites would show up. This is a new problem. God. Why does everything break every time I update Game Maker Studio? Annoying. Okay. We got quirk for Magaw. That one only applies if you kill him. He's an enemy here. Oh yeah, when Magaw gets slain. Oh, I set it to equal 1. Why did I do that? I might have to find it, because if I set it to 1, I must have used it for something. Alright, it's an initialize. Step 30 is that one. Load game, deep sea spawner. Okay, so that's checking for true or false. Why the hell did I set this to 1? I mean, technically that equals true, but it's better if I do this. Alright. So yeah, if you kill them, you get the percentage, and you get your upgrade. Alright, that sounds done. And I can't do the fishing until later, so that should be everything. If I did everything correctly, it's a big if, then everything in the game should follow a sequence. As long as I start at the title screen. If I start a new game, it should start with the intro. And it should track my progress. Don't need this one anymore. I haven't been using the tester much anymore. I'll keep it though. I guess we can test it real quick, but I think we're good. That was everything I wanted to do. So, yeah, let's start a new game. Let's just try it out. I guess the other thing I haven't done is getting items to drop, but I think I did all the items that I can do that don't drop from enemies. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, the meteorite drops. The large meteorite will appear when you go there. Compass, and we did the maps. So the rest of it is just corpses. And that I can't do until I have the mini bosses. So yeah, we can do it, but we'll get stuck at like the first mini boss basically. But the progression should be in the game. So if I go here and delete this, alright, so this is a new game. This should go straight into the cutscene. Yeah. There you go. In the distant future, yada yada, ba ba, and then we hold the skip, bam, and we just go straight into the game from there. And then the first thing we'll do is go into a stage, and the first meteorite fragment that drops should be the item that we'll need. This is where I might want to increase the odds of the first one actually dropping, so that the player doesn't feel like they're just shooting fish for no reason. There we go. Oh, wait, that didn't work. I got a normal fragment, but... Oh, that's because I think I left... Okay, wait. There might be a reason for that. It's because I left some of these set to true. As corals. Set that back to false. I wonder why it didn't happen. This thing should automatically get made if you drop loot and it doesn't exist. So yeah, if item found meteorite equals 0 and a meteorite doesn't already exist, we're going to create a meteorite and then destroy the loot and then exit. So that should have happened. Well, I say if it equals 0. Wait, what does it equal? Okay, it equals 0. All of them equal 0. Okay, that's weird. That should have worked. I must have changed something at some point. I forgot what I did. Let's just look it up. Okay, initialize loot. So if it equals 0, which it should, and a meteorite shouldn't exist on the screen, so it should create that meteorite. But, well, this definitely didn't trigger because it was still there for me to collect. It was weird. Okay, so it's for putting it on the thing. Okay, I just read everything. I don't know why a meteorite didn't spawn. Everything I'm looking at here shows me that it should spawn. All I can think is maybe because I deleted that save, I've screwed something up there. But really confused about that. I'll try it again. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, instead of deleting my previous save, which has 2% now, that's cool. We're just gonna start another new game. So this way I definitely didn't delete anything. I can skip this. Okay, I should collect a meteorite here. But it's going to be worrisome if it doesn't happen again because I won't know what caused it to happen in the first place. It could be that it was created but it's off screen, but I don't think that's possible. It might have been on screen and I just didn't see it. I bet that's what happened. That's the only thing that makes sense. Also, I died there. Embarrassing. If an item is off screen, I did make it to where the item moves on the screen. So, items shouldn't spawn off screen. There it is. I think what might have happened is either it was on screen, I didn't see it, or it was created, but it was just slightly off screen, moving onto the screen, and I just closed out before it actually got on screen. Anyway, we got the meteorite fragment. We go back to the port, go in, and then it gets revealed. We can see this scuba suit, but we can't do anything with it yet. We got this, but we can't acquire this because we don't have enough fragments. And I'll have to figure out the economy stuff later when I do pacing. So there we go. We got that. That's cool. I'll probably make this be worth like only one. So you get one when you pick it up, because technically it counts as itself. So I like the idea that this will show you that this is, you know, your sword. By giving you one and making it, you have to pay that one to use it. It's just to show how the coinage works. I don't know how to fucking say it. How the economy, how the loot works. How this is the price. I don't know how to say it better. God, whatever. So I probably will do that. So now that our meteor technically equals 2, we should have got a progression point for that. And anytime we like find more loot, yeah, it should just be normal loot again. So the idea then is, yeah, you get that one, you go in here, that one that you got is enough to buy this. I probably want to put something here like requirement not met yet or something, or further research required. Maybe I'll write that so that you know why you can't unlock this. So yeah, I might put like some words here that say further research required or something. And yeah, this one, you'll unlock this, you'll get that cutscene, and then once you unlock this, that'll unlock the mini boss, the jellyfish mini boss. And I haven't quite figured out how that's gonna work yet, but I might have like the camera zoom over to it to show it on the map, or I might do the sonar thing to show that that's the thing that you should be going towards next, to go find wherever that boss is. It'll probably be like somewhere around here or something, so you can actually see it. As soon as you leave port, you'll be able to see that, oh, there's a new icon here. You go to it and you fight the little boss and you get the item, bring it back to port, unlock the next thing, and then, well, when you get to port, that'll do a cutscene. And then when you deliver it and pay for it, that one will cost more. You might actually have to grind a little bit to get the price for it. And then you'll go do the next boss, which might appear, I don't know, it might appear somewhere down here. So you'll have to go around or whatever. It depends on what the boss is. And then deliver it back. So the first couple will be pretty easy. You'll get a cutscene, and then you'll go in, you'll do the research. And then at this point, at this point you'll have the depth finder on the screen. And using the depth finder, you'll be able to find the corals. And that's what's going to activate the alien, and that's when the game actually starts. Like, the beginning is just sort of tutorial. So really, I can't do any of the progression stuff until I get this these mini bosses done, which I have to figure out what I'm going to do there. I've mostly got all the code from the final boss fight, and I'm just going to do that. But what I'm thinking is I might make like a custom stage using assets I've already got, so I don't have to draw anything, hopefully. What I was thinking, like, when you fight the jellyfish boss around here, right? I'm thinking like in the back of the fight, we'll have a bunch of jellyfish just like all on the screen or whatever, but they're in the background. Kind of like, you know, if you've ever seen a bunch of jellyfish traveling in a big block, or whatever you want to call it. Do something like that. So when you're fighting the jellyfish, it's just got like a special kind of background. Maybe I'll mess with the colors or something to make the stage look a little more unique. Or maybe I'll draw new stages specifically for bosses. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, I'll think about it. I had an idea for like the jellyfish, that one seemed pretty obvious to do just a bunch of jellyfish in the background. For the eel, I wanted to do something where it's got like really large walls on the side, so you're kind of like trapped inside of the room. And it's kind of like more of a big chasm instead of the normal thing. And it'll make the room a little bit tighter for fighting the eel boss. I thought that might be fun. I wanted it to be in a deeper sea stage, so I might do that. Put it somewhere like down here for fighting the eel. Who knows? Maybe it'll be just like somewhere in here in the normal sea. We'll save the deep sea stuff for the more advanced bosses, mini bosses. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure it out. The whole idea is I'm not going to be spending a lot of time on these mini bosses. They're really just for progression and add a little something more to the game. So the idea is to keep it simple. But I think most of my stuff is figured out now. I just need those mini bosses so I can drop these other items. But once they drop their items, there's not really anything else they have to do because I've already set up like the progression points for all their items. So I imagine it won't be too hard doing mini bosses. Okay, well that's done. Alright, so I think I'm going to do mini bosses on my own. And I'll show it off, kind of like I did before, with cutscenes and all the other stuff. Maybe we'll start doing some like mini games on stream, or I don't know. I haven't really been feeling in the streaming mood much lately. But we'll see. Honestly, it's just it's a little hurdle. I really want to I'd love to get the mini bosses and the mini games done by the end of December. I'm kind of hoping to get all this done by the end of December, but that might be challenging. I don't know how long the mini games will take to do. But I don't know. I've been doing really good in December for like working days on my calendar. Honestly, I've only ever taken one day off a week for each of my weeks so far, except for this week I took 2 days off. Wasn't really intending to do that, but I just felt like it. Honestly. Maybe I'll make up for it next week. I don't know. Working like 2 weeks in a row without stopping sounds pretty harsh. So maybe I'll just accept the loss of one extra day. Take it off. I don't know. I want to get this finished. I want this game done. I want it to make me some money so I can buy a new truck. I need a new computer. I need a new truck. Everything's falling apart. I don't know, man. I'd like to make up for my deficit. You know, I put so much money into this. I mean, technically, most of it went into Gazzard, and I've only got half a game there. I'm hoping that maybe this game can help me, you know, make that back. At least get my deposit back at the very minimum. If I got my deposit back, I could buy a truck and a new computer with that money. And that way I don't have to worry about all this stuff like updating, and my computer's not even able to, run it anymore. Starting to feel the age of my computer. It's making it to where it's not getting supported anymore. What are you doing? Alright, well that's it. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm gonna work on this for the rest of the week. Yeah, the goal is to finish it by the end of December. Or not finish the game, but finish this stuff. I'd love to get all this finished by the end of December, but honestly I'd be happy to just get this part done by the end of December. Getting the Steam page up by the end of December would be great. I feel like pacing and balancing, I'm probably going to be spending like a couple days just doing that. And then I got to do the loading window, credits. Credits shouldn't take me more than a day to do. I got to draw some artwork for it, but it'll be hard. This is actually part of this. I've been I've been thinking about like what I'm doing for audio. I'm trying to like order it based on what type it is. So I've got a lot more stuff here that I need to do for audio, and this probably isn't all of it. I was just thinking of a new one I wanted to add here, and I've already forgotten it. God, I don't remember. Oh well, I'm wasting time. Alright, that's it for me. That's it, yeah. Later, bye. Bye-bye.